Tuesday today. Magandang umaga sa inyo dyan, mga lods, sis. Kumusta kayo dyan? Good morning sa inyo. Lakad-lakad muna tayo. Maraming mga nag-exercise na mga may edad ngayon. Basa dito guys. Nung nakaraan kasi umulan, kaya basa siya. Ganda umupo dyan, no? Ganda guys, so tingnan nyo siya. No? Ang ganda niya, no? Kuna natin ang picture kasi ang ganda niyang tingnan. Ang ganda naman niya. Diba? Ang ganda niyang kuna ng picture ba? Merong nag-exercise dito na may edad na. Sarap maglakad dito guys, oh. Kasi ano siya, oh. Wet na uli siya. Dati kasi nung nakaraan, medyo ano siya ba? Medyo basa-basa siya. Ngayon, medyo wet na uli siya. Dito lang ako nag-exercise sa taas. Kasi baka biglang umulan. I'm just walking here near our apartment because I think it might rain later. So I prefer to just walk here because it is really cloudy. The clouds are really dark. So I think maybe soon it will rain. That's why I prefer to walk in here because I didn't bring my umbrella with me. Tuesday ngayon guys, so yesterday was holiday and I did a lot of errands yesterday. I was able to take out all the summer clothes of my youngest daughter because last week I just did some of it and I was not able to finish it, but yesterday I was able to finish everything. My youngest daughter summer clothes, and also I was able to change all the comforters, the blankets, and all the pillows. I was able to change the pillows also, the pillow covers, because the spring is almost over and it will be hot soon. The weather will be hot soon, so I need to change all the blankets, just the light ones. How are you there guys? It will be busy later again, so later I will try to, after my classes, I'll try to change also and take out all my summer clothes because I just took some of it and I was not able to take everything out. And my son, actually, he's wearing his uniform, so I just took some of his summer clothes too. So I will take it slowly during this week. There are some who is still exercising during this time. This is the mud guys. So before we did the mud walking exercise, so this is the mud that we just walked before, and they said that it's like, you know, connection with nature through your feet, and it's really good for your health if you do walk in the mud. So I took my son and my daughter, so maybe in the weekends we will try to walk in here again. I remember my first job when I was in college, when I was in university actually. Actually, my very first job was when I was in high school. So I was doing this part-time and it was summer vacation. I was in second year in high school, and my aunt, she called my mom and she said, because she has a lot of shops inside the malls, so she is selling bags and she is also selling some kind of accessories, many accessories actually, bags, accessories, clothes, pants. Yes, my aunt owns some shops in the Philippines, and she has this shop in big malls in the Philippines, big malls and small malls. So I was actually able to did a part-time job when I was in high school, and that was my first salary actually. So we are going to go to the mall at 7 a.m. in the morning because it will open at 10 a.m. in our time, in our time zone. So if it will open at 10 a.m. because it is traffic in that place, so we need to, put allowance on going there. So we are going to go at 7 a.m. and we can arrive around 9 a.m. and we will open the store while the mall is still closed. And we will try to do some stops and put the new stops, new bags, new arrivals, so that if the customers will come, it will look good on them, so they're going to buy it. Yes, and we will finish actually at 10 p.m. So we will travel. So 10 to 10, we will travel to going home from the mall, and it will take us around like 2 hours because during the evenings it is more traffic, and we have to I have to do it actually for 3 months. Yes, almost 3 months, 2 months and a half. That was my first job before when I was second year high school and I was maybe only 15 years old. I was a sales lady in my aunt's shop. So actually it trains me a lot because that was my first time to do a job, and I just realized that, oh, it's really hard to, earn money. And my mom and dad is just giving us allowance, and we thought that it's easy to earn money because whenever we ask them, they will give us. And then when I did my first part-time job when I was 15 years old, actually it's just for 2 months and a half, I realized the time that it's not easy to earn money. Yeah, so that was my first learning experience actually. And then during the time when I went to college, to my university, I was actually a working student also. So I was able to apply as a sales lady in big malls, and we are selling Nine West bags, Nine West and Lacoste. So actually these brands are not, they're a little bit expensive actually than other brands, than regular brands. But then during the time I was able to go there and apply for that job as a sales assistant in the Lacoste and Nine West brands. And while I was working there, I was also studying in the university because my dad and my sister actually, they are the one who is paying my tuition fee. So they pay my tuition fee, and my dad told me that he cannot pay for my allowance anymore because the tuition fee is really expensive, and I don't like to stop studying. So actually my sister helps on paying my tuition fee for my university. So during that time, my dad and my sister, they are the one who's giving all the financial assistance for my university so that I'm going to finish it. Actually, my first degree in university was psychology, AB psychology. And I finished there 1 year in the university. And we went to this mental hospital also, and we were able to see all the the patients there. And I remember that when we went to the mental hospital, these the social workers told us that it is not proper if you're going to call someone crazy, because they don't like that word in the mental hospital. Yeah. So I realized that actually. And then because the psychology the psychology course is more expensive, and the university actually is very far, so I have to travel like almost 1 hour and a half from our house just to go to my university. So my dad told me, okay, I think it is better for you to shift your course and you go to another university near our house, and I need to transfer. So during the time I just transfer, and although I really have the close bond and I have a lot of friends in my psychology department during my university years, I really miss them, my psychology students, friends. I miss them a lot. And we have that strong bond because we went to a lot of places that we can, see all these patients, that why do they have this kind of mental diseases. Yeah, we have a lot of strong bonds before in my university psychology department. So I really miss them a lot. But then when I need to transfer in a new university, and my dad told me that because during those time the computer courses, information technology, computer engineering, all of it, computer associate, all those kinds of computer courses, he told me that it's more demanding than the psychology course. So even though I don't like to transfer in the university, but then, yeah, I just accept my dad's advice that, okay, I'll try to transfer in the university that my dad wants me to go, and took also the computer course that he told me that it is more demanding. So I took the information technology, and because it is totally different from my first course. My first course is AB psychology, and then the course that I'm going to take in this new university is Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, so it's totally different. So they just credit a small some of it, some of the subjects that is related to information technology. So I need to start all over again. So my 1 year in college was just gone, and I need to take another 4 years for the information technology. So I actually spent 5 years in my university, and it was a long time, actually more than 5 years, because I was a working student. So while I am working in big malls in the Philippines, so I was able, to work as a sales associate in these good brands like Nine West, Lacoste. And then after that, because of the time schedule, I need to apply for another job because the schedule is changing. My class schedules is changing, so I need to apply for another job that I can actually, still study. So I applied in this Kaya restaurant in the Philippines. Actually, there is this Korean restaurant, and I was able to apply to it, and I was the receptionist in this restaurant. So my work is just, to stand there in front of the restaurant, and it is inside the mega mall, the SM mega mall, and it is a big mall in our country. And that this Kaya restaurant is also a big restaurant. So because before I applied in Kaya restaurant before, I was able to go to Korea for 3 months. So I know how to speak little Korean, like, just the greeting, and I was able to understand a little bit of Korean words during that time when I was working as a part-time worker in this Korean restaurant in our country. So they really like my manager and my co-workers. They really love that I can speak Korean before when I was just in a university. It is because I was able to have a 3 months vacation here in Korea, because my sister is also living here in Korea. She's living here for almost 30 years now. So she invited me to come here during our university vacation. Yeah, so that was my second job actually. No, third job, because I did work in Nine West, and then after that, because the hours is too long, then I work also in the Kaya restaurant. It is a Korean restaurant in the Philippines. It is located in SM Mega Mall. So I was a receptionist there. I'm holding the big menu and I'm just greeting all the customers outside like 안녕하세요, 들어오세요, like that. Yes. And they're looking at my face. Oh, she's a Filipina. She's not a Korean, but she is, talking Korean. So they're a little bit amazed. And I was able to serve also because, if there's a lot of people, even though you are a receptionist in the restaurant, then you need to help the other waiter and waitresses if there's a lot of people coming in and serve them also. Yes. And you can go to your position again if there are a few people. Yeah. So that was my third job actually, working in a Korean restaurant. So my first job when I was 15 years old was in my aunt's store, Imo Kage. That was my first job. And then my second job was 9 West. They sell bag and shoes. They're branded bags and shoes in the Philippines. And my third job when I was in university was in Korean restaurant as a receptionist. And then after that, because when I was in third year and going to fourth year, I need to change again my work because of my schedule in the university. So I need to match it with my job. So I need to apply again to another work. So I did apply for, McDonald's as a service crew and Dunkin' Donuts. I was able to do part-time job also in Dunkin' Donuts as a service crew also. So McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, during my university years. So that I will be able to, have my allowance and help my dad and my sister because they're the one who is paying my tuition fee. Yeah, I think, if you experience early working in any company, it will teach you a lot, to be more consistent, to be more good employee, and to discipline yourself. Even though it's really hard to discipline yourself, sometimes we feel lazy and we want to do our own thing, but then we need to control our mind that we need to do this and that. Yeah, I think self-discipline is really hard, and it is a learning process every day to do it. My dream job before actually is not being a teacher. My dream job before is, working in the airplane as a stewardess, or working in the airport as a airport crew. Yes, because when I was in high school, I was able to go to the airport, and it's really big place, and it's really glamorous and luxurious. And I just saw this beautiful looking stewardess and pilots, and they're walking like one team, in the airport, and they just look good. And also these airport stops, they actually looks really professional in their uniforms. So I was thinking like maybe they're earning more money than just regular employees. So I was thinking, oh, that's my dream job, to work in the airport. But then, of course, because I finished computer related courses, then I need to um, apply for the same position with my university major. And actually after I graduate in my university, I was able to land a job in Canadian call center. So this Canadian call center, actually, we have this Canadian manager, and he trained us for 3 months for our pronunciation to get better. So we need to, read this one bond paper every day in front of him. Because if you're going to be a call center agent, and our customers are from other countries, and they're all English customers, they speak in English. All of them, they are English speakers. So they need to train us, all of us, all the call center agents. So I was trained by Canadian manager before, and we are trained for 3 months, to fix our pronunciation, so that the customers who can only speak English, they can actually understand us. And I think it is really a big help for me also that I was able to work in call center before. That was my first experience when I graduated in college, in my university. And I landed this job as a call center associate. And we need to fix the problems of these customers that having problems with their credit cards, like that, all this kind of stuff, and we need to fix it. Yeah, so I think it is a good training for me also, because when I came here in Korea, I was able to land a job as an English teacher, even though some of the academies, they don't like to accept Asian English teacher, especially if you don't have any certificate and your major was different. So if your major was different from because my major is computer, and I actually didn't study English. Of course, we study English from kindergarten. What I mean, those who are AB major and just major in English education during their universities, lots of principals, they prefer those employees, those applicants who have that major. So during that time, it was not easy for me to land a job as a teacher here. So I need to, take TESOL also, so that at least I will have an idea how to teach kids. And it is good that my husband actually advised me to took that short course And it did help me a lot to, teaching students, the young students and adult students. Yeah, it was a big help for me also. Anyway, guys, I think my live is really long, and thank you so much for tuning in. I just uh, actually share my experience, my first job experience, the job experiences that I landed before. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I hope that you enjoy your day today. Bye, guys.